Good evening, everyone. Leadership isn't about titles, authority, or how much power you wield. It's about how you make people feel and the environment you create. It's the ability to inspire others, even in the face of uncertainty. Let me ask you something. What truly makes a leader great? Today, I want to talk about 3 leadership traits that, in my experience, define exceptional leaders. Traits that, if embraced, can transform teams, organizations, and even communities. Empathy is the cornerstone of exceptional leadership because it transforms relationships, builds trust, and fosters a sense of belonging. At its core, empathy is about stepping into someone else's world and truly seeing things from their perspective. It's not about having all the answers or fixing every problem. It's about being present and genuinely understanding what someone else is going through. Great leaders recognize that people are more than their titles, roles, or output. They are individuals with fears, aspirations, challenges, and untapped potential. And empathy serves as the bridge to connect with that humanity. When leaders prioritize empathy, they create an environment where trust can flourish. Trust is not an abstract concept. It's a feeling built through consistent care, listening, and understanding. A team member who feels seen and heard is far more likely to give their best, to share their ideas, and to feel invested in the mission of the group or organization. Empathy breaks down barriers, making it easier to communicate and collaborate. Without it, even the most brilliant strategies will fall flat because people cannot fully engage in an environment where they feel disconnected or undervalued. One of the greatest gifts of empathy is the ability to uncover what's not being said. Many people, especially in professional settings, mask their emotions, fears, and frustrations. A leader who actively practices empathy notices the subtle cues, a hesitation in their voice, a tense posture, or a quick deflection in conversation. These observations offer a leader the chance to dive deeper and address the underlying issues before they fester into larger problems. A simple, "Are you okay?" or "How can I support you?" can make a world of difference. Empathy isn't just about addressing challenges, it's about celebrating successes too. When a leader connects with their team on a human level, they know what motivates each individual, what excites them, and what gives them a sense of pride. They can tailor their recognition in ways that feel deeply personal and meaningful, turning moments of acknowledgement into moments of inspiration. A team member who feels valued for their unique contributions is far more likely to stay engaged, motivated, and loyal. However, empathy is not without its challenges. It requires a conscious effort to slow down, to actively listen, and to set aside assumptions or judgments. It takes time, and in the fast-paced environments many leaders find themselves in, time feels like a luxury. But empathy isn't about grand gestures or hours of conversation. It's about intentionality. It's about being fully present in those moments, however brief, where someone needs your understanding and support. One of the most powerful ways to demonstrate empathy is through active listening. This involves more than just hearing words. It's about absorbing the emotion and intent behind those words. It's allowing space for someone to speak without interruption, reframing their thoughts to show you understand, and following up with thoughtful questions or actions. By practicing this, leaders send a clear message: you matter to me. Empathy also has a cascading effect. When a leader models empathy, it sets a tone for the entire organization or group. People learn to treat each other with greater understanding and respect, creating a culture where collaboration and compassion thrive. This kind of environment not only boosts morale, but also improves performance, creativity, and problem solving. People feel safer to take risks and share ideas when they know they won't be dismissed or judged harshly. Importantly, empathy requires humility. It's about acknowledging that you don't always have the answers, and that sometimes the best thing you can do is simply listen and be there. Leaders who approach conversations with curiosity rather than certainty allow space for others to contribute and grow. This humility not only strengthens trust, but also empowers others to step into their potential. Empathy also enhances decision-making. When leaders take the time to understand how their decisions impact others, they make more informed and compassionate choices. This doesn't mean avoiding tough decisions, but it does mean considering their ripple effects and communicating with honesty and care. Leaders who do this build trust, even in difficult times, because their team knows decisions are made with people, not just processes, in mind. To truly embrace empathy, leaders must first work on self-awareness. Understanding their own emotions, triggers, and biases allows them to better connect with others. It's a process that requires ongoing reflection and a willingness to learn. Leaders who continuously develop this awareness are better equipped to offer empathy authentically, rather than as a performance or obligation. Courage is one of the most vital traits of leadership, yet it is often misunderstood. True courage in leadership isn't about fearlessness. It's about taking action even in the face of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. It's the willingness to step into the unknown, to make difficult decisions, and to shoulder responsibility when others may hesitate. Leaders with courage inspire those around them not because they always know the answers, but because they are willing to move forward despite not having all the answers. This trait is what separates those who lead with conviction from those who simply manage processes. Leadership courage begins with the ability to make tough decisions. There will be times when the right choice is not the easy one, and when decisions must be made without a guarantee of success. In these moments, leaders cannot afford to wait for perfect clarity or unanimous support. Courage means trusting your instincts and the information you have, then moving forward with the understanding that leadership is not about avoiding mistakes, but about learning from them. Even when the outcomes are uncertain, courageous leaders choose to act, because they know that hesitation or inaction can have consequences far worse than making an imperfect decision. Courage in leadership also involves taking responsibility not only for successes but also for failures. It's easy to celebrate wins and take credit when everything is going well, but true leadership is demonstrated when things fall apart. Leaders who have courage step up and accept accountability, even when doing so might expose their vulnerabilities. They don't shift blame or make excuses. Instead, they own the outcome, learn from the situation, and use it as a way to grow stronger. This kind of courage not only builds the leader's character, but also strengthens the trust of their team. Virility is a key component of courage. Many think that leaders need to project an image of unwavering confidence and infallibility, but the truth is that no one has all the answers, and no one succeeds without occasional missteps. Courageous leaders are honest about their limitations, about the uncertainties they face, and about their need for the team's input and support. By admitting they don't have all the answers, leaders demonstrate a level of authenticity that fosters stronger relationships and empowers others to step forward with their ideas and contributions. One thing that I find interesting about the series is that it feels like your courage also shows itself in the leader's willingness to take risks. Leadership often requires stepping outside of one's comfort zone to challenge the status quo or to pursue opportunities that carry inherent uncertainty. Courageous leaders are not reckless, but they are willing to venture into new territories, try innovative approaches, and embrace change when it is needed. They understand that growth comes with risk, and that avoiding it entirely leads to stagnation. By modeling this boldness, they encourage their teams to take calculated risks as well, fostering an environment where creativity and innovation thrive. Another dimension of courage is standing up for what is right, even when it is unpopular or inconvenient. Leaders often face situations where the easy path would be to remain silent or to follow the crowd. But courageous leaders have the integrity to speak out and advocate for their values, their team members, or their mission. This might mean defending someone who feels marginalized, addressing unethical behavior, or standing firm in the face of pressure to compromise on principles. Doing so requires inner strength and a willingness to accept personal or professional risks, but it is a hallmark of true leadership. Courage also includes making room for others to shine. It takes bravery to step back and allow others to take the lead, or to let go of control and empower the team to find their own solutions. Leaders who are secure in themselves and their vision understand that their role is not to dominate, but to support, to create space for growth, and to trust the capabilities of those around them. And this type of courage, rooted in humility, creates a sense of ownership and collaboration that strengthens the entire organization. It's creating an environment of learning and exploration that supports what everyone brings to the table. And it's creating a reputation in the organization that is the startup that you want to follow. Your favorite thing to do is there. In difficult moments, courage manifests as resilience, the determination to keep moving forward despite setbacks, failures, or challenges. Leaders with courage view these moments not as obstacles, but as opportunities to demonstrate strength and inspire others to persevere. They remain steady even when the path is fraught with uncertainty, showing their teams that they are in it together and that they will find a way through. This resilience, fueled by courage, provides a sense of stability and hope that can sustain an entire group during trying times. One course creator calls it the spine of the trade, a fundamental and invincible trust in one another. Courage is contagious. When leaders act courageously, they set a standard for others to emulate. Their boldness inspires trust and confidence, creating a ripple effect throughout the organization or team. People feel empowered to take initiative, to voice their opinions, and to embrace challenges themselves, because they see their leader doing the same. In this way, courage becomes more than just an individual trait. It becomes a defining characteristic of the culture. The vision is one of the most defining traits of a great leader. A leader with vision doesn't just focus on the day-to-day tasks or the immediate challenges in front of them. They see beyond what is present and imagine a future that inspires and motivates those around them. Vision provides clarity and direction, offering people a reason to care and a purpose to strive toward. Above, it is not simply about having ideas or goals, it is about cultivating a compelling sense of where the group, organization, or community needs to go and why that journey matters. A leader with vision has the ability to articulate a future that captures the hearts and minds of others. This future may not be fully realized yet, and the steps to get there may still be uncertain, but what matters most is the belief in what's possible. When leaders speak with conviction about what they see for the future, they create an emotional connection that inspires others to join them on the journey. Vision acts as a beacon, guiding teams through uncertainty and obstacles by reminding them of the greater purpose they are working toward. A leader with vision isn't necessarily someone with all the answers. They don't need to have a step-by-step plan or control every detail of the process. Instead, they focus on setting the direction and aligning the efforts of the team toward a common goal. They recognize that the strength of the vision lies in its ability to unify people and create shared meaning. This shared meaning turns tasks into something more significant. When people understand why their work matters and how it contributes to the bigger picture, they become more committed, more engaged, and more driven. Visionary leaders challenge the status quo. They are not satisfied with simply maintaining what already exists or perpetuating the same systems and practices that have always been in place. They have the courage to dream bigger, to push boundaries, and to imagine what could be instead of settling for what is. This often requires stepping outside their comfort zone and encouraging others to do the same. Change is difficult and sometimes uncomfortable, but leaders with vision know that growth and progress rarely happen without it. One of the most critical aspects of vision is its power to unite. People come from different backgrounds, have different motivations, and bring unique skills and perspectives to the table. A leader with vision finds a way to weave those diverse threads into a cohesive narrative, aligning everyone under a single, powerful mission. This doesn't mean ignoring differences or imposing a singular way of thinking. It means creating a sense of belonging and purpose that ties everyone together. A team united by a shared vision is capable of achieving remarkable things because their individual efforts are amplified by their collective strength. But vision is not static. It evolves as the world changes and as new information becomes available. Leaders with vision understand that adaptability is key. They remain steadfast in their commitment to the overarching goal, but they're flexible in how they approach achieving it. This adaptability allows them to navigate challenges and seize opportunities that others might overlook. It also reinforces their credibility as they demonstrate the ability to balance conviction with responsiveness to the realities of the situation. A leader's vision is not something that exists only in their mind. It must be communicated effectively to others. Great leaders know how to paint a vivid picture of the future they envision, one that is so compelling that it sparks excitement and energy in their teams. They use clear, inspiring language and, when necessary, back it up with tangible examples or stories that illustrate the impact of their vision. Communication is what turns an idea into a movement, and visionary leaders excel at bringing their teams along with them every step of the way. A leader with vision also recognizes that it is not their vision alone that will bring success. They actively seek input and ideas from others, building a sense of ownership and collaboration around the shared goal. When people feel included in the development of the vision, they are more likely to embrace it wholeheartedly. This approach not only strengthens the vision itself by incorporating diverse perspectives, but it also fosters a deeper sense of commitment among everyone involved. Vision isn't just about looking forward, it's also about making decisions in the present that align with the desired future. Leaders with vision ensure that their choices, priorities, and actions reflect the mission they've set. This alignment reinforces trust and confidence among their teams, as people see consistency between the leader's words and actions. When decisions are made with the vision in mind, Even difficult choices gain clarity because they are grounded in a larger purpose. Vision has the power to transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. By setting their sights on what's possible and rallying others around that possibility, leaders with vision create momentum that moves individuals, teams, and entire organizations forward. They ignite hope, drive ambition, and inspire progress, making the future something people feel excited and empowered to pursue. Leadership is fundamentally about people, not authority. It is not defined by the power a leader holds, the title they carry, or the decisions they make unilaterally. Instead, leadership is determined by the impact a leader has on the individuals and teams they serve. It is a relational responsibility, not a hierarchical privilege. True leadership focuses on fostering connection, trust, and collaboration among people to achieve a collective purpose. When leaders prioritize people over authority, they cultivate trust. Trust is built when leaders show genuine care for their team members as human beings, not just as contributors to an organization's goals. They understand that everyone brings their own unique perspectives, strengths, and challenges, and they take the time to acknowledge and value these contributions. This means listening attentively, being approachable, and showing empathy. Leaders who do this create a safe environment where people feel supported and respected, which in turn strengthens their motivation and commitment. Leaders who center their focus on people recognize that their role is to serve, not to control. Service in leadership does not mean doing everything for others, but creating the conditions for others to thrive. It involves providing the necessary resources, removing obstacles, and empowering individuals to perform at their best. By prioritizing the well-being and growth of their teams, leaders create an atmosphere where people feel energized to take ownership of their responsibilities and are inspired to achieve collective success. Leadership that is about people fosters collaboration. In any team or organization, success depends on the ability of individuals to work together effectively. Leaders who understand this actively cultivate relationships and encourage open communication. They create opportunities for collaboration, ensuring everyone feels included and valued in the decision-making process. This approach strengthens bonds within the team and enhances their ability to problem solve and innovate collectively. When leadership is grounded in relationships rather than authority, leaders act as role models for accountability and humility. They lead by example, taking responsibility for their actions and decisions while remaining open to feedback. They demonstrate that mistakes are an opportunity for growth and that no one, not even the leader, is exempt from the need to learn and adapt. This kind of leadership builds trust and inspires others to hold themselves to the same standards, creating a culture of integrity and self-improvement. Effective leaders understand that people do their best work when they feel valued, heard, and understood. As a result, they create opportunities for meaningful conversations, allowing team members to express their ideas, concerns, and aspirations. These conversations are not about directing or commanding, but about truly listening and seeking to understand. By doing so, leaders demonstrate their respect for the individuality of each person, strengthening relationships and fostering loyalty. Leaders who prioritize people over authority encourage growth and development. They invest in their team's success by providing mentorship, training, and opportunities for skill building. They do not see the potential of their team as a threat to their position, but as an essential part of collective achievement. They celebrate their team members' progress, recognizing that leadership is not about being the best, but helping others to excel. Another important aspect of leadership that focuses on people is the creation of a vision that resonates on a personal level. When leaders craft a vision, they ensure that it speaks to the values, aspirations, and priorities of the people they lead. They don't impose their vision from the top, but co-create it through engagement and input from their team. This approach ensures that the vision feels shared rather than dictated, giving everyone a sense of ownership and purpose. Leadership that emphasizes people also fosters resilience. When leaders invest in the emotional and professional well-being of their teams, they prepare them to handle challenges and setbacks with confidence. People who feel supported are more likely to take risks, offer innovative ideas, and face adversity with determination. This kind of leadership ensures that teams are not only capable of achieving their goals, but also of sustaining success over time. People-centered leadership inspires followership. True leaders do not rely on authority to gain compliance. They inspire people to willingly and enthusiastically contribute their efforts. They earn the loyalty and trust of those they lead, creating a relationship where people want to follow, not because they have to, but because they believe in the leader and the values they represent. Leadership that prioritizes people turns a group of individuals into a cohesive, motivated, and empowered team capable of achieving extraordinary results. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness in leadership, but in reality, it is one of the most powerful traits a leader can possess. True leadership is not about projecting an image of perfection or being untouchable. It's about showing the human side of yourself, being open about your limitations, and demonstrating the courage to admit mistakes and uncertainties. Lloyd Solterag, author of The Imposter Principle, so too, leaders who embrace vulnerability build stronger, more resilient relationships with their teams because they create an environment where trust, authenticity, and genuine connection thrive. One of the main reasons vulnerability is so powerful in leadership is that it fosters trust. When a leader is vulnerable, they reveal their imperfections and expose their human side, which invites others to do the same. This shared vulnerability strengthens the bond between leaders and their teams because it builds an understanding that no one is exempt from challenges, failures, or uncertainty. Leaders who hide behind walls of invulnerability often create a distance between themselves and their teams, making it difficult for others to relate or feel comfortable expressing their own concerns and struggles. But when leaders show vulnerability, they set a tone that it's okay to be imperfect, and that creates a culture of openness and trust. Vulnerability allows leaders to demonstrate empathy. It is one thing to sympathize with others' challenges or to offer advice, but it's another thing entirely to actively share your own struggles and experiences. Vulnerability means acknowledging that you too face fears, doubts, and challenges. By sharing these moments with their teams, leaders show empathy in action, not just as a concept. It's through vulnerability that leaders can show that they are in the journey with their teams, not above or apart from them. This strengthens relationships by highlighting that at the end of the day, leaders are simply human beings doing their best in an uncertain and often challenging world. 7 main distinctions of leadership. Being vulnerable also increases a leader's credibility. In a world where perfection is often expected, a leader who is willing to be transparent about their vulnerabilities is seen as more authentic. It might seem counterintuitive, but when leaders admit they don't know everything or that they don't have all the answers, they make it clear that their authority does not come from pretending to be perfect, but from their honesty, integrity, and willingness to learn. When leaders are vulnerable in this way, they invite feedback, foster dialogue, and encourage innovation. This openness and transparency create an environment where people feel safe enough to take risks, share their ideas, and speak up when necessary. Admitting to weaknesses is an essential aspect of vulnerability. Effective leaders know that they don't have all the expertise or skills necessary for every situation, and they don't attempt to pretend otherwise. They admit when they need help, and this encourages a collaborative mindset within the team. When leaders demonstrate this level of humility, it empowers others to step up and contribute their skills and knowledge, creating an environment where expertise and collaboration are valued over ego. Vulnerability also drives growth. It can be a challenge to admit failure or mistake, but it's precisely through these moments of vulnerability that real learning and growth happen. Leaders who hide from their mistakes or shy away from acknowledging their shortcomings deny themselves and their teams the opportunity to improve. When leaders take ownership of their mistakes, they provide an invaluable lesson in resilience and accountability. They demonstrate that failure is not the end of the road, but simply part of the process. This willingness to embrace and learn from mistakes fosters a growth mindset that encourages innovation and risk-taking. Teams are far more likely to take risks, try new ideas, and experiment when they know their leader will not penalize them for failure, but will instead see it as part of the journey to improvement. Vulnerability also strengthens the emotional intelligence of a leader. To be vulnerable, leaders must develop self-awareness, understanding their own emotions, fears, and triggers. This self-awareness enables leaders to regulate their emotions more effectively, showing strength in moments of uncertainty. Leaders with emotional intelligence understand the impact their behavior has on others, and they use this awareness to build stronger relationships and better connect with their teams. Vulnerability allows leaders to be emotionally available and responsive to the needs of their team members, demonstrating care and understanding in ways that foster deeper loyalty and commitment. Leaders who embrace vulnerability also create spaces for creativity and problem solving. When vulnerability is welcomed, people feel safe enough to share their ideas and take initiative without fear of judgment or ridicule. Creative solutions often come from diverse perspectives, and vulnerability fosters the trust that is necessary for people to speak openly without holding back. When a leader encourages a vulnerable, open environment, they not only strengthen the quality of communication, but also the innovation and collaboration that emerge from it. Vulnerability humanizes leadership, and when leaders step out of the traditional leader role and allow themselves to be open, real, and authentic, they build connections that transcend titles, ranks, or positions. These human connections make it easier for teams to relate to their leaders, seeing them as individuals, not just authority figures. This creates a deeper sense of loyalty, respect, and commitment among team members. People will follow leaders who they can trust, who they see as authentic, and who make them feel valued. Through vulnerability, leaders create a leadership style that is not based on fear or hierarchy, but on mutual respect, collaboration, and shared growth. A leader's ability to inspire and motivate others is one of the most important qualities they can possess. This skill is not simply about giving pep talks or rallying people with words of encouragement. It's about creating a culture where people are intrinsically motivated to contribute their best work. It's about leading with purpose and passion and inspiring a vision so compelling that others willingly invest their energy, creativity, and commitment to seeing it come to life. The ability to inspire is foundational to effective leadership because it mobilizes people not through external incentives, but through a sense of meaning, ownership, and connection. One of the core aspects of being able to inspire is the ability to clearly communicate a vision. A leader who can articulate where they are headed, why it matters, and how it will impact the lives of those involved creates a shared understanding that galvanizes their team. This is more than just outlining a set of goals or objectives. It's about showing the bigger picture, about framing the work within a larger context of purpose and importance. People want to feel that their efforts matter, that their contributions are part of something meaningful. A great leader captures this by painting a vision that connects deeply with their team's values, desires, and aspirations. But communication is only part of the equation. True inspiration comes when leaders themselves are genuinely passionate about the vision they are sharing. If leaders speak about the future with conviction and enthusiasm, this passion becomes contagious. People are naturally drawn to leaders who exude confidence and belief in what they're doing. This belief, when communicated authentically, sparks excitement and motivates others to align with that same vision. When a leader's passion is real, it resonates with others, and that sense of purpose fuels collective motivation and drives high levels of performance. Inspiring leaders also understand the importance of leading by example. Inspiration isn't just about inspiring words, it's about inspiring action. The leader who works tirelessly, shows resilience in the face of adversity, and consistently embodies the values of the vision they articulate is the leader who earns respect and loyalty. People are far more likely to follow a leader whose actions align with their words, as integrity builds trust and confidence. By showing up every day with determination, empathy, and commitment, leaders can inspire those around them to do the same. Leading by example shows people that if the leader can do it, they can too. To truly motivate others, effective leaders recognize the power of recognition. Recognition isn't just about giving praise when things go right, it's about consistently acknowledging the hard work, contributions, and progress of those around them. In some cases, this might mean public recognition. In others, it's about private encouragement and validation. To think and create thinks and briefing, we make a case for the power of recognition. Recognizing and celebrating milestones, no matter how small, helps people feel that their contributions matter, reinforcing their intrinsic motivation. Leaders who understand the importance of recognition and take the time to express gratitude or appreciation help foster a culture where people feel seen, valued, and supported. Moreover, inspiration in leadership requires empathy, the ability to understand and resonate with the emotions and experiences of others. Empathetic leaders are able to tap into the underlying motivations and challenges that drive individuals. They understand that each person on a team brings a unique set of strengths, struggles, and goals, and they take time to foster connections based on mutual respect and trust. This ability to relate on a personal level enables leaders to inspire others because it shows that they care about their well-being, beyond just their contributions to the team. Leaders who take the time to understand the people they lead can better tailor their approach to match individuals' needs, finding ways to motivate and support them in a meaningful way. Inspiration is not just about motivation during times of success, it is equally important during moments of struggle. Leaders who can inspire in times of difficulty or adversity create an environment where teams feel they can weather any storm together. A leader's calm in the face of challenges, their commitment to finding solutions, and their unwavering belief in their team's abilities give people the courage to press on, even when things seem tough. During periods of uncertainty or difficulty, inspiration becomes a stabilizing force, enabling people to stay focused on the end goal and not be distracted or discouraged by short-term setbacks. Inspiring leaders also foster a sense of ownership among their teams. When people feel empowered to contribute their ideas, take initiative, and make decisions that align with the overarching vision, their intrinsic motivation grows. They no longer see their work as something they do merely because they were asked to do so. They see it as part of a greater purpose. Inspiring leaders empower those around them, giving them a sense of responsibility and ownership for the vision and its success. This autonomy fosters innovation, creativity, and a deep commitment to the collective cause. Another vital aspect of leadership inspiration is creating an environment of psychological safety. When people feel safe to be themselves without fear of judgment, criticism, or retribution, they are more willing to take risks, share their ideas, and be vulnerable. In such an environment, creativity can flourish, and individuals are motivated to engage fully, knowing that their perspectives are valued. Leaders who promote psychological safety not only inspire through their words and actions, but they also create a space where others are encouraged to bring their authentic selves and contribute wholeheartedly. At the heart of all of this is the understanding that inspiration is not about manipulation or coercion. It is about trust, belief, and connection. Inspirational leaders tap into the deep-seated desire people have to be a part of something greater than themselves, and they give them the tools, support, and vision to achieve it. True inspiration fosters an environment in which people are not just motivated by the leader, but are motivated by the shared purpose they are all working toward, creating lasting engagement, commitment, and success. Empathy builds trust. Courage inspires bravery. Vision ignites purpose. Leadership isn't about being in charge, it's about being responsible for the people in your charge. It's not about climbing to the top, it's about lifting others up. And if you carry these three traits, empathy, courage, and vision, you'll not only lead, but you'll leave a legacy that others will carry forward. So I challenge you today, how will you show up? How will you lead? The choice is yours. Thank you.